Hello bookworms! How are you today? Thank you for joining me for another session of Bookworm Boogie, where you're going to have some stories with me, Sarah KilBride, and we'll do a little song and maybe some craft. But before we start, I want to say a big hello to Nancy Harrington. How are you doing, Nancy? Right then, can you remember? We need to open my story suitcase and find out what the story will be about today. But before we can open the suitcase, we need to knock 5 times. Will you help me? Yes. Ready? Here we go. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Let's have a look inside. Open. Oh, wow. Look what I have today. 2 beautiful shoes. They have gold. They have curled toes. Whose shoes are those? I think they belonged to a princess or a prince who lives in the desert. And these are their beautiful sand shoes. When they walk through the sand, their curled toes push the sand out of the way. I think we've got some more inside. Let's have a look. Oh, look. Oh, look at these shoes. They're very small. Whose shoes are those? I think they belong to a baby that's learning to walk. Wobble, wobble, wobble. Walk, step. Oh. There are shoes all over the place. Have a look at the shoes in your house. They're for all sorts of different things. I wonder if there's anybody who's got some of these. This welly is waterproof, keeps your feet dry, and you can splash in the puddles. Splash, splash, splash. Can you guess what our story is going to be about today? Yes. Let's have another look. Oh, yes. This is a great book all about shoes. It's called 1 Shoe, 2 Shoes. Shall we have a look inside? Yes. Come on then. Let's take a look inside our book. 1 Shoe, 2 Shoes by Carol Hart, illustrated by Edward Underwood. 1, 2, 3. Open the book. Look at all these shoes. Curly toes, high heels, welly boots, Crocs. Which shoe would you like? One shoe. Woof. 2 shoes. 1, 2. Red shoes, blue shoes. Old shoes, new shoes, on the way to school shoes. Long laces tied in knots, green pumps with yellow spots, party shoes, arty shoes, cowboy boots, flip-flops. 2 shoes make a pair. Who's that hiding there? Who is it? Little Mouse 1, Little Mouse 2. They've made a house in someone's shoe. A shoe for a house for a mouse. Mouse's house is red and blue. Slippers on the bedroom floor. Here's Little Mouse 3 and Little Mouse 4. Beep-bo. 5, 6, 7, 8 and 9. Where's number 9? Where is he? There. 10 little white mice, all in a line. Scritchy, scratchy, who goes there? Pitter, patter, sniff, lick, scatter. Doggy, stretch, good boy, fetch, bounce away. Bye-bye. Time to play! Hooray! Roller skates. What a lot of shoes. Wasn't that a great story? I loved all those little mice. Have a think about other stories about shoes. There's some very famous ones, like the elves and the shoemakers. Or how about Cinderella? She wears a magical pair of glass slippers. Or I've got this book here called Lulu Shoes, and it's lovely because we help Lulu with all her different types of shoes. Flip-flops, wellies. And this story is all about Alfie and his wellies. Do you like painting your hands and doing handprints? Well, how about painting your feet? It's a nice tickly feeling. And then you could take your feet for a walk. Big feet, little feet, red feet, blue feet. You could even paint the soles of some shoes. It's a good idea to do it outside, and then take your shoes for a walk. Look at all those lovely patterns. Look at all those lovely colours. We had a lot of fun doing that. The other thing we did today was I drew the shape of a boot. Long, with a heel and the sole and a big toe. And then I cut it out and made some holes. And when I opened it out, we had a pair of boots. Now my Elsie then threaded some laces through the holes. Threading is really good for little fingers. It helps us do something called a pincer grip, which is a really good start before we write. And also, it helps us learn that things can happen on the other side. Three-dimensional. Threading is very good for focus, and it's really good fun. We've been practicing tying knots. Look at these beautiful boots. Now, before we go, I'm going to sing a little song. In our story, we had some little mice. And this is a little song all about a mouse. Are you ready? Yes? Here we go. I saw a mouse there on the stair, where on the stair, right there, a little mouse with clogs on. Well, I despair, going clip, clippity, clock on the stair. Oh yeah. The little mouse doesn't have to wear clogs. He could be wearing boots or slippers or even sand shoes. Take care, bookworms, and I hope to see you soon. Bye.